My dear brothers and sisters, today we celebrate the feast of Saint Fabian and Saint Sebastian, martyrs. My friends, today we have the option of celebrating the memorials of two martyrs. Saint Sebastian, a layperson martyred in the persecutions in Rome in the 3rd century under the Emperor Diocletian, and Pope Saint Fabian, who was martyred when the Emperor Decius decreed that all Christians must offer a sacrifice to the pagan gods and kill the ones that wouldn't. My friends, little known historically about Saint Sebastian, yet depictions of his martyrdom are vast. The legends state that Saint Sebastian was a Christian who joined the Roman army and would secretly visit the Christians who were arrested and sentenced to death, so he could give them comfort and encouragement. He was discovered and sentenced to death by the emperor himself. He was to be put to death by being shot with arrows. He was shot at by numerous archers, but miraculously he did not die. My friends, artistic depictions always show him standing by a Roman column with arrows sticking out of him. Another saint, Saint Irene, nursed him back to health. One day Sebastian heard that the emperor was going to be passing by. When he did, Sebastian denounced the emperor for his cruelty to Christians. This time, the sentence of death was carried out, and he was beaten to death with clubs. His relics are kept at the Basilica of St. Sebastian in Rome, though his head is in the famous Church of Four Crowned Martyrs. My friends, here is a martyr of tremendous courage and perseverance. Perhaps this is why he is the patron saint of athletes. His courage and perseverance from 1700 years ago has left a lasting impression on history and reminds us of the greatness that Christians are capable of and called to. My friends, Pope Saint Fabian was Pope from 236 to 250 AD. He is famous for the miraculous nature of his election, in which a dove is said to have descended on his head to mark him as the Holy Spirit's unexpected choice to become the next Pope. This was a great consolation since the previous Pope, Pontian, had died while exiled and imprisoned because of his faith in the desolate prison of Sardinia. My friends, Fabian organized greater care for the poor in Rome, and the flock began to grow again after a terrible persecution. Yet, along came the new Emperor Decius, who decreed that all Christians were to deny Christ and forced them to worship pagan idols. Many stood firm in their faith, suffering torture and death, one of the first of which was Pope Fabian. Arrested, he was thrown in prison and died at the hands of his brutal captors. He is buried in the cemetery of Callistus, but later his body was brought to the Basilica of Saint Sebastian in Rome. These early saints, my friends, made such a tremendous impact upon the church. The stories remind us of the faith and courage that Christians are capable of and called to do. The opening prayer presents the martyrs as a model for us because of their spirit of fortitude, which gave them strength to offer their lives in faithful witness. My friends, in all of the challenges of living in this modern age, with the example and prayers of the saints and martyrs, may we be given that same spirit of fortitude in our witness to Christ, for the glory of God and salvation of all souls. As we celebrate the feast of Saint Sebastian and Saint Fabian, let us intercede through these saints. I wish you all very happy feast. May God bless you. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.